A space for my fans and me to interact, make art and have fun. It's a one-man show and entirely free. I do it every single week except some. I'm waiting to go, it's all live and online, so you should stick around and say hello. Are you feeling creative? Cause now's the time. Welcome to the Most Week Show.
I am Notme. I am Art, and I am welcoming you to the Most Week Show. It's currently 9:06 a.m. on the 21st of June, 2020. You are here with me right now, and I thank you for that. If we were allowed to be together physically, I would show my appreciation physically with a hug, with a kiss, or with a squeeze of the shoulders from behind, before realizing that I'm squeezing the shoulders of a stranger who just happens to look a decent amount like you from behind. Except actually now I look at it, they don't really look that much like you at all. And my gosh, what the heck was I thinking? As 'tis, the best I can do is raise a glass to you. You can raise a glass to me as well. We like to start this show with a toast. It's a wonderful way of bringing everybody together in a nice communal effort. I have got my ginormo beaker from those of you who watched I Am Smart this week will already be familiar with. It's very warm today in Seattle, and so I feel like I'm going to need all of this orange sugar beverage to get me through. So here we go. Here we go for the toast. Here we go. To you, to me, to those kids who finish their peas. My advice when it comes to peas, a little bit of ketchup goes a long way. Cheers. Oh my goodness. You have to double dip. Got to double dip for that first one. This is as close to orange squash, a traditional English beverage, as I've been able to find in the US, and it really, wow. Woo! It's got some sugar. Although I don't believe it's actual sugar. I believe it's chemicals masquerading as sugar, but it's got a kick. It's got a kick to it. Woo! Hello, weaklings. Hello, weaklings. How are we all doing? How's everything going? Uncool Town joining the apple juice gang, even though it's 5 in the UK. Well done. I haven't gone apple juice this week, but I'm very excited that you've joined the apple juice gang. Gamer Hole, apple juice all the way. Very colloquial, like that a lot. Fellow weaklings, you look sharp, not me, fresh cut. No, just less light on it, I think. That's something that, that's a little fashion tip for you to hide whatever issues you might be having with your appearance at any given time. It's the same as, practical effects on a movie set. The less light you use, the more people will fill in that darkness with their own, you want to see me as looking sharp, Juice Dota, and so I am. That's art. But thank you very much for the compliment. That is a big cup Gamer Hole. Absolutely. It's the biggest I could find. It came with a blender that I bought once. The blender has since broken, but the beaker lives on. Right then. I hide my peas and potatoes. It's all about illusion. Anna Karine, that is art. That is art. Fooling the mind with the help of the eyes. The eyes of the glamorous assistant. Oh no, it's just potatoes. Bang, the peas are in. Can't take that back. Can't unbake that cake, right? As I mentioned before, my week has been rather sweaty. It's just warm. We're into summer here in Seattle, and it has not started off fun for me. I moved here in part because I heard that it was often rainy, and I thought that would mesh well with my sweat-based disability. Both because when it's raining, it tends to be slightly cooler. And even if I am sweaty, I'm like, sorry, no, it's raining. But instead, it's roasting hot. There's not a cloud in the sky. And I don't mind telling you that I feel a little bit let down. Thank goodness for my air conditioning unit. A big shout out to my air conditioning unit, without which I might have died. Just simply become too hot to live. It's likely that this tracksuit zip-up won't last the entire episode. Don't be afraid if this disappears at some point. It is just hashtag self-care, really. We've got high temperature on the little name badge there. It is very hot, though. It is very, very hot indeed. It's rain on my pits, I swear. Absolutely. It's if you say it with enough confidence, definitely not Duda, they're going to buy it. They're going to buy it all day long. So yeah, it is very hot here in Seattle. How hot is it? I would say it's as hot as digital family simile time. It's as hot as. Woo! Complete this simile. As hot as. Use your imaginospheres to think of something hot, or someone hot, or somewhere hot. Yeah? And yes, I will accept people who you like the look of. Saying, oh, yeah, I like the look of them. I'm going to describe them as hot. Potentially spelled H-A-W-T. I'll accept that. It's creative use of the simile. But don't say something easy, like as hot as the sun, okay? Because that's too easy. This segment is about breaking new ground with our language, yeah? Linguistically, Vocabularically. Maybe it's as hot as the sun who's just eaten a Thai green curry and is sweating up a storm, even though they definitely clicked mild on the delivery app. And I went back and checked, and I definitely did. Boom, mild. And yet, when it comes, I'm on fire, yeah? Hello, 2-star review. Still 2-star. The pot stickers were still excellent. Anyway, I don't want to do your work for you, but really get in there, make something unique, and at the end of the show, I'll pick a winner. And if that's you, your name will go on the ticker below for the next show. It was Stuart Seaton. Oh, look at that, the mystery. I better unlock the mystery there. Family simile as... Oh, no, that's not... H-O-T. As hot as... It was Stuart Seaton last time, with as proud as... Gosh, what was it? As proud as seeing our growing baby scan yesterday. It was a moment of great jubilation on the show, if you missed it last week. Our first, I believe, weakling baby. So it's a real exciting moment for us. It showed the length that some people will go to get on the ticker. Having a baby, I mean, I'm flattered, guys, but a little bit disappointed as well, because I think you should have more faith in your simile writing abilities, yeah, without resorting to cheap gimmickry, like procreation, yeah? That's just one man's opinion. Anyway, next week, you could be on the ticker. You, yes, you, weakling, you could be on the ticker. So get commenting below with those similes, which is another way of pronouncing simile. Slide to the left. Anyone coming through as hot as Notme's beard? Uncool town. Gosh, you're going to make me blush. And it's difficult to tell when I'm blushing, because sometimes I'm just kind of pretty rosy-cheeked because of the temperatures. Gamer Hall, as hot as us in the UK who aren't accustomed to the heat, or is it just me? Absolutely. I'm with you, Gamer Hall. I'm with you. Not accustomed to the heat. Not built for these kind of temperatures. I'm built for your overcast days, yeah? Your drizzly days. That's where Notme thrives, yeah? That's where I feel most alive. Or kind of hot but with a light breeze. Light jacket weather. That's the pinnacle for me. Oh, I'm going out in a t-shirt. Just in a t-shirt? I'll probably put a light jacket on. Boom. That's where the money is. For me. A big thank you to Timecrawler82 for his track Driving in the Rain for this week's countdown. Now this one was kind of a compare and contrast for me. I hope you remember a few weeks ago when the countdown was soundtracked by the sounds of Neon Rain by Moonblade. Do you remember that? Yeah, I thought you did. You'll probably also remember that I marvelled at Moonblade's ability to make me think of the rain just through the medium of the sounds, yeah? Timecrawler 82 went down a slightly different route by just starting the song with the sound of rain. It's just two ways of achieving the same goal. The suggestion of something versus the actuality of something is a wonderful artistic debate. For instance, the creation of Adam on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel with the fingers almost touching. That speaks to man's ability to think and create anything, even a god. Okay? And the 1980s teen sex comedy Weird Science touches on similar themes, albeit in a slightly more upfront way. Which is better? I'll never tell. But let's ponder that while we listen to Timecrawler, just for a spell. Let's have a think. That's not coming through. So what I need to do is I just need to change this up a little bit. It's okay. Time was, I would have panicked at this point. But now it's like, hello, episode 20. I've got this all in hand. Weird Science. Sistine Chapel. Man creating life. There we go. That's enough at the moment, guys. But that was great stuff. Thank you very much, Timecrawler. You thrive on April 25th, says Annika Ryan, because it's not too hot, not too cold. All you need is a light jacket. Absolutely. April 25th sounds like, is that a rule? I wasn't any Sandra Bullock fans out there. I think definitely not Tudor. Okay. A Sandra Bullock reference. Maybe that's something that Sandra Bullock and I share. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's much else that we share. Maybe just that kind of girl next door appeal. Gamer Holt, not me. I have a calculation for you. 32 divided by 4 times 6.9. I'm not really one for the maths. I'm more for an interpretive, answer to that question. So 32 divided by 4 times 6.9. I'd probably go for wistfulness. Right, let's get on with the segment, shall we? Let's get on with this segment right here. Yep.
I give props cause though I'm great, there's lots of art I see that's made by artists that are almost but not quite as good as me. I am a giver, super selfless, gather round to see just who will get a most sought after, not me branded. Well done you.
Well done you indeed. Gosh. Not me can spit, can't he? This week I want to say a big well done you to a group of people. And they are people who create art in a very special way. They're people that I don't even know. We're living in a time of strife and injustice. Yeah? People around the world are suffering. And the gap betwixt the have-nots and the haves is growing by the day. In an ideal world, the governments, people in charge, the man upstairs, would step up and help the most vulnerable in society. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But we don't live in a perfect world, do we? So it falls to ordinary heroes to step up, and provide, Do you know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about charity, And now this covers the people who run charities, the people who work for charities, the people who volunteer for charities, and the people that give to charities, It's all one big organism, that the world needs. They're selfless people. They help others without asking for anything, not even recognition as recompense, I myself have given to many charities, especially over the past few weeks in the spirit of the Black Lives Matter movement around the world. I went through a little spate of donating to any single charity that I could find with the word black in the name. I thought it was just the right thing to do, based on a lot of angry memes that I read online. Now, turns out the word black does not guarantee a charity that helps black people necessarily. But I will say, even though I gave to them in error, I do believe there are a lot of young black people that will still benefit hugely from the fine work of the Black Ridge Pony Club in Sanger, California. You're welcome. You're welcome to that $20, guys. Spend it wisely. But here's the thing. Giving to charity isn't just about parting with your hard allowanced cash. You can also give material possessions. Yeah? And to those people, I say well done you as well. And because I don't know any specifically, and therefore can't speak to them personally, I'm actually just going to have to talk about myself, which is, as you guys all know, I am not one for blowing my own trumpet. I tend to be a real humble guy. Probably one of the most humble guys out there, actually. But my hands are tied in this way. Like I say, let me tell you a little story, yeah? It's a story about this man and this chair. There he is. Real good fans will know this as the chair that I sit on to present Acolyte Poetry Corner Extra. We've had 3 episodes so far, and they've all gone absolute gangbusters. It's a great chair, very comfy. It rocks. It really, really, literally. It has a rocker on the bottom. Fun fact, I was FaceTiming with a young lady I met on a dating app shortly after quarantine began, and she recognized the chair as being a maternity chair designed for women who've just given birth so they can sit and rock and deliver milk from their breasts into their children. She thought it was a little strange. I styled it out, telling her that I had taken it and changed it to have a different use in a very creative way. And she seemed okay with it, but then stopped talking to me very, very shortly afterwards, and I can't help but think that that was at least part of the reason why. Anyway, on Tuesday of this week, I saw this advert online. Pretty cool advert, yeah? I'm a big fan of adverts, as you know. A great chair with a real cool looking dude in front of it. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, do you know who that is? Do you know who that is? That is David Moscow. Of course, who played young Tom Hanks in the incredible 1988 movie Big. I think I've got a picture of it. There he is. There's David Moscow. That was him in the advert. Let me tell you something, guys. If there is a chair that is cool enough to have David Moscow advertising it, it is absolutely a chair I need in my life. So I ordered it. And ever since then, it kind of, I don't know, it felt weird in the bedroom. There was a general kind of vibe of weirdness. It felt like I've already asked out the hot girl. It seems impolite to still have my girlfriend around, you know? That just seems impolite. So what I did is I got the chair, the old chair, the rocker chair, the mother's milk chair, popped it in the lift. Obviously, you know, if you're just going to take a picture, you might as well make it artistic with some interesting angles, okay? Popped it in the lift, took it downstairs, popped it in a zip car, yeah? Popped it in a zip car that I rented for the occasion at great expense to myself, because I messed up the sliders and I rented it for too long. Technically, for another couple of hours, I am still renting it, which is it's very annoying. It's very annoying. You might notice that I don't look particularly sweaty in this photo, but I would advise you to not really think too hard about it, and so certainly not assume that I'm not sweaty because cameraman George did much of the work of getting it into the car. We shared the burden, okay? We shared it equally. Sometimes there's people who just don't sweat very much. Although I did tell you earlier that it is very hot this week, and I do have a sweating disability. But anyway, we drove the chair. George captured this, real kind of, candid shot of me pondering. This is what I look like much of the time. BT dubs, just thinking about stuff in a very powerful way. I think at this point I'm thinking, isn't it crazy that I'm about to donate this chair, which is worth hundreds of dollars, and nobody's ever going to know about it? That's charity, guys. That's charity. Then we arrived at the place of donation, Habitat for Humanity. You can see it there. And it was, it's one of the few charities that is still taking in furniture. I was just super chill about it, as you can see, just like it's no big thing at all. There was this guy that was helping. His name's Isaac. I asked him whether anyone else had donated a big chair like this, and he said yes, many people. And then I asked him whether any of those people cared enough to centre a whole segment of their art-based live-tainment show about their donation. And he just shrugged as if to say, how could they, not me? Nobody does live-tainment like you. Which was a compliment that I genuinely appreciated. I asked him for a photo, actually. And he said no, he didn't want to. But luckily, I just caught him in the corner of this one. There he is, just in the corner there. Just kind of hiding, sticking in the corner. Yeah. Hi, Isaac. How you doing? I told him to watch. I gave him a post-it note with the address of the Twitch and the. Anyway, if you want to feel as morally and ethically superior as I did and continue to do, the website for Habitat for Humanity is here. Even if you just donate a lamp or something, you'll be better than someone who hasn't donated anything. And then, also, you get to buy a sick new lamp. Also, fun postscript to the story. Upon closer inspection, it became clear that it actually wasn't David Moscow. It's just some stock photo guy that I thought had a passing resemblance. But I've ordered it now, so too late to change. Anyway, to charities for helping us all feel a little bit better, better than other people, I mean. I say well done you. Cheers. To charity. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. It just feels good to, be so selfless. Wipe up. How are we doing? Wow, I'm late. Killer, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. We're here for an hour. Yeah. Update, Notme is pregnant and recommends this chair. I am not pregnant. I have always thought that if I was able to become pregnant, I would be a pretty good pregnant person, because I do, get weird cravings anyway, and I, don't enjoy throwing up, but it's never bothered me as much as other people. So I think I'd be a pretty good mum, personally speaking. I like being able to sit, especially on public transport at the expense of other people. There's just a warm feeling that goes through me. That particular chair could have been haunted, might explain the weird feeling. That's a good point that I hadn't even considered, Nana Hobbob. A haunted chair. Mabes. Maybe some kind of the ghost of a mother who got in there and was just being kind of really judgy about people who didn't have children. And I don't have children, so she was like, oh my God, it'll change you. You're not a human being properly until you've had a kid. Maybe. That's a good point. I like that. Personally think Not Me should write a story about the hauntedness of the chair. Gamer Hole, I just did without writing it. Maybe I'll expand it. I don't know. Post-it note, aka business card. Absolutely, Nana Hobbob. It's a personalised business card. Oh, here's a business card that I printed off 14,000 of them, and here's just your one. Oh, thanks. Personal, makes me feel real good. Here's a post-it note with some handwriting on it and a small sketch that I've tried to make complimentary of you. Yeah? That's a connection. I thought it was Mr. Bean, Sarah Kilch. I don't know who was Isaac. I'm not sure whether that was Not Me. I should design a business card for you. Absolutely, please do, Gamer Hole. Send it to me, and then I can use it in an awesome stuff I've been sent segment coming up. Really, isn't that mainly what pregnancy is? Sitting on public transport? Well, yes, second opinion psychic. I mean, yes, there's a big thing at the end of it. You have to do lots of screaming and stuff. But I think for the actual kind of being there, that nine months, it's like it's sitting down, it's complaining about your feet, it's sweating a lot. Hello, I do that anyway. And people would stop from saying, "Hey, Notme, you're looking pretty sweaty today, dude," to, "Oh my god, Notme, you're glowing." The more I think about this, guys, the more I think I really should aim to get pregnant. I just think I do really well at it. Do you want another segment? Do you want another segment right now? Let's do it. Let's go for...
When and what and who and why? Is she for real? Am I going to die? Whose genes are these? How big is a crow? If you ask not me, then you'll know.
This is a part of the show where people pick my brain, and let me tell you guys, I've got a brain that deserves to... This is coming off. God. Woo! That feels better. Air out those... Yeah, I have a brain that deserves to be picked, yeah? And someone who knows that is a guy called John Wesford, yeah? Hello, John. John sent me a question via Instagram DM, slid into my DMs. John writes, here we go, let's have a look. Notme, you're a very positive guy, which is really impressive, especially given how many views your videos get and how few people subscribe to you. Thanks, John. I do appreciate those words. You didn't have to say that, and that's a lovely way to start a question. But as much as I like your positivity, sometimes what makes me feel better is having a good whinge, which for Americans is complaining. Having a good complain. It's been a really tough week for me because I'm starting to realize the ways that I could have stood up for my black friends more than I have, and that hurts. So I'd appreciate it if you could cheer me up by answering my question. Long-winded, right? Waffle. What has been the worst part of quarantine for you so far? There we go. Thank you so much, John. P.S. Making art like you do must be tiring because your eye bags are so big you could grow potatoes in them. I don't even understand that last point. Don't even understand that last point. Potatoes don't grow in bags. They grow in the soil, underground. But as far as the worst part of quarantine, it is actually quite an easy answer for me. A lot of issues right now are centered around minorities and the trouble people have with being in a minority. Now, that hurts some people because they are not minorities, yeah? And they feel bad that they can't get that sympathy. A lot of people would scoff at me and say that I don't know what it feels like to be a minority because as a straight, white, cisgender, omnivorous man, I'm not a minority in any way, shape or form. Well, it took a pandemic for me to work out how I am actually in a minority and how I am actually suffering as a result and actually why I am and should be able to make things about me again. Okay? But I did it. I did it. You set me a challenge. I'm just gonna baseball or cricket or tennis. I'm gonna hit that really hard. And to tell you about it, I thought, well, I could just speak. But what might be better, and it's as I say, it's an issue that you might not be familiar with at this point. I thought the best thing for me to do would be to make a PSA about it, a public service announcement. So here goes.
Hello everybody, my name's Notme. I'm a terrific artiste, a proud beardsman, and I come here today with an appeal for you. With COVID-19 seemingly having the worldwide appeal and outright refusal to die of the Rolling Stones, it seems as though face masks are going to continue to play a big role in our lives for a long time to come. And that's terrible news, because as we all know, wearing a face mask is the worst. They're hot, they're sweaty, they're itchy, they're uncomfortable. They affect us all badly, right? But what I'd like you to do is spare a thought for your bearded brothers and sisters. Because they're suffering, guys. They're suffering real bad. Would you like to wear a face mask with a fistful of wool shoved inside it? No, of course you wouldn't. The wool would act as a sponge, soaking up all of the moisture from your breath, thus making the mask even more hot, sweaty, itchy, and uncomfortable. So next time you're out and about and you see someone with a little bit of beard poking out from underneath their face mask, give them a thumbs up. Because however gross it is for you to wear a face mask, trust me, it's way, way grosser for them. And don't say just shave, because that's actually very offensive to us.
Yeah, that's right. The bearded out there are they're suffering, guys. I see Juice Dota, my beard protege, feels seen. And, buddy, I'm happy to do that for you. Yeah? Please do not overlook your bearded comrades, because even if they are white, even if they are men, even if they are straight and cisgender, even if they eat meat, they're a minority, yeah? And they're suffering real bad. That, it means a lot to me that I made that. So, they are suffering. Gamer Hall, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Zaddy Shortlegs 96. You feel this? Yeah. I feel it too, yeah? Nana Hobob. That was Rasputin. Yeah. A terrific beardsman of the past. Doesn't mean that he's great in all parts, but strictly from a beard point of view, Rasputin's up there with the all-time greats, as well as Father Christmas. What have we got next? Oh, I know what we've got next. God, you all know how. Gamer Hall, I can't imagine how terrible that would be to wear a face mask with a beard. Well, hopefully, now, after seeing that incredibly made PSA, you'll start to think about it. And think maybe it could have been a little bit kinder. One man's opinion.
Art bet! To challenge yourself, it's artistic. Art bet! I'll give you options you can pick. Art bet! Take a guess, see if you won. Art bet! It's not for money, just for fun. Art bet!
Also, just to point out, just to reiterate, to say thank you, John, for sending me the question. If anybody has any other questions that they want covered, obviously, you can send questions in the chat right now, but you can also email me, slide into my DMs, comment on a post that I make, and maybe you can be on next time the Ask Not Me thing is on. Yeah? Cool. I am Notme, I am art at gmail.com. Okay, so here we go. Everybody's excited. I can see everybody's excited already. It is time for what is, in all honesty, the main event of this show. It's interactive, it's artistic, it's heralded by the theme tune that, for whatever reason, seems to stick in people's heads the most. It's Art Bet. So let's head over to the handsomest reporter this side of the Pacific Ocean. It's Notme. Notme, What delights can we expect from you this week?
Thanks, Notme. Today's art challenge will be undertaken by cameraman George and I, Notme. Romance. It's a funny old game. It's all about connections. Everybody looking for that connection. The gentlemen are just firing out connections in any direction possible, hoping that one of them hits, whereas the ladies are sitting back and waiting to be wooed with connections. I don't think that's a particularly fair system, but that's not the issue that we're dealing with here today. The point is, in all of these connections, it takes two to tango. A giver and a receiver. Someone to give and someone to receive. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? In this particular demonstration of artistic creativity, cameraman George will be playing the part of the giver, whereas I, Notme, will be playing the part of the receiver. The connections will be played by this bag of Kroger brand mini marshmallows. Cameraman George will attempt to give as many connections as possible, and I will attempt to receive as many of these connections in my receiving hole, aka mouth. The point is that it's the giver that's throwing them out, and the receiver has to be receptive to these. They might fly past if I'm not interested, but I want to receive as many of them as possible because they're delicious connections. Yeah? Our challenge will be to make as many connections as we can. That is our art challenge. Your art bet is very simply, how many connections will we be able to make? Back to you, Notme.
Thanks so much, Notme. Thank you so much, baby. So we are dealing with romance, guys. Dealing with romance. And using marshmallows to illustrate romance, which I think, just makes sense, doesn't it? Can you make a guess yet? No. Because you don't know all the facts, yeah? So let's have some things to consider. Thing number 1. We will have 30 seconds to make our connections, okay? 30 seconds. That's it. No more. No less either. 30 seconds to get all those connections from the giver to the receiver. It's a whole lot of receiving in 30 seconds. Thing to consider number 2. Cameraman George will throw the connections from 4 feet away. Okay, so we're dealing with about 4 feet of distance. It's not miles. It's just, it's enough to make it a challenge. But we want to get a few in here. We want to get a few in here, if possible. Who knows? Because it takes two to tango. It takes good aim and good, And thing to consider number 3, cameraman George will only throw one connection at a time. When I say connection, of course, I'm meaning a marshmallow. Because to kind of throw it out several at a time means, I think that moves us away from our romance inspiration and moves more towards a slightly more seedy, physical attitude from the giver, which I want no part of, okay? And I'll make that clear right now. I want no part of it. Zaddy Shortlegs 96, I wish making connections was just tossing marshmallows at people. It would make dating a lot more fun, I think. In that kind of, I don't know, you sometimes see in some kind of fantasy films, or films that, set in some kind of odd communities around the world, where it's like this kind of dating or kind of courtship ritual, where, she threw a marshmallow at him. She is ready to bear his child. And it would be delicious as well. And it'd really make you a little bit more open, I think. Some people close themselves off too much. They say they have a kind of a list of things of like, well, the person I'm looking for has to have been educated to this level, has to be this tall, has to have this kind of, list of criteria. Whereas if someone's throwing a marshmallow at you, even if are not hitting all those criteria, you might just say, well, I just want to eat that marshmallow. I mean, maybe there's a film in that. I don't know. is he question? How's your relationship with cameraman George been lately? Does he want to make a connection? Well, our relationship has been kind of hot and cold, I suppose. He has been living with me for some months now, which I didn't really think through when I invited him when the quarantine first began. But we have been cohabitating for a while. So we have grown closer in some degrees, I believe. But also, he has been slightly more angry because he's been sleeping on a blow-up mattress for several months. And so he often is sleep deprived. And when I get up to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, because I'm not used to living with people, I will not really make much of an effort to quieten my footsteps, which he has commented on several occasions. But he likes a challenge, does cameraman George. He likes a challenge, and he's a little bit competitive. So he does want this. He does want this. Do you need to finish a court connection before he throws another, or is it rapid fire? Great question, Juice Stoker. Great question. As long as the connection is in the mouth, he can throw again. And I have been blessed with a spacious, has been described in the past as cavernous mouth. So there's plenty of space here. Plenty of space. Currently eating marshmallows in solidarity. Thanks, Second Opinion Psychic. Appreciate that. We eat each marshmallow that has been successfully... We've dealt with that, but that's fine. Mini or jumbo connections. They are mini. I'd say maybe a centimetre. Between a centimetre and 2 centimetres in diameter. Okay, so we're dealing with little fellas here, okay? And yes, hello, Pterodactyl. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party, pal. Die hard. So let's get a look at our options, okay? What have we got? A, 0 to 2. B, 3 to 4. C, 5 to 6. D, 7 to 8. E, 9 plus. So we've only got 30 seconds. 30 seconds is pretty short in most situations, unless it's like an awkward silence in a conversation. Then it can seem quite long. But in this situation, I will say 30 seconds is pretty quick. What colour are the marshmallow connections may be important to the bet. They are white. They are undyed marshmallows. Your traditional marshmallows. What are we going for? What are people going for? A D for Annika Ryan. B for Gamer Hole and Killer. Sarah Kilch going for a D. Juice Dirty going for a C. Definitely not Duda going for a C. Nana Hobbob going for an E. Pterodactyl going for an E. Appreciate the faith, guys. Appreciate the faith. And just kind of your faith in love, yeah? Your faith in romance. That's great. Zaddy Shortlegs 96 goes for a C. Second Opinion Psychic going for a B. Monkey Pigsy Rules going for an A. That's pretty low, but that's fine. That's your call. TB Douglas going for a C. Woo! So again, we've got a nice mix. I like this. I'm excited for this. Here we go. Woo! Good luck, everybody.
Thanks, guys, and good luck to everybody who has made a guess. If you haven't made a guess, just get involved, okay? It doesn't take much. We're going to be using the Amazon AI to create the timer for us. When that timer is created, we will start the connectionizing. Alexa, set a timer for 30 seconds.
Apologies if your Alexas are now kicking off.
Starting now.
1. No. Come on, cameraman. Yep. Alright, connection. I can feel the love. Yep, getting into the rhythm. Yep, okay, that's good. Here we go. Art's never been so fun. Alright, there we go. No. That's not an... Alexa, stop.
Deal with it, haters.
Sometimes it's just fun to be silly, isn't it? We made so many connections. I lost count of how many.
but I'm sure Notme in the future, once he's editing this, will be able to count them up, and the winner should be on the screen right now. Congratulations to those of you who guessed correctly. Use this as a sign that this upcoming week is going to be your week. God is on your side. How could this week be anything but the best? For those of you who guessed incorrectly, don't worry about it. It's just a silly frivolity and an excuse for me to eat marshmallows. Thank you so much for playing, Cameraman George. Thank you so much for your aim and for being the giver that I'm always happy to receive from. Back to you, not me. That's a waste. And I feel like that kind of sums up a lot of relationships, a lot of romance. I don't mean to be the cynical dude, but, you know, we're getting on great. We're enjoying the silliness. There was a lot of silliness there. And then, you know, the other person does something to just kind of spoil it. I hate wasting food. It's a real bugbear of mine. But yes, congratulations, Nana Hobbob. Congratulations, Pterodactyl. Your faith in love has been rewarded. Well done, you. But everybody else, I hope you enjoyed that as well. And I hope that that's given you a little boost. The idea that even in these dark times, the flame of love burns on, yeah? And if anybody, you know, I would say that it's a very fun, it was a very fun art challenge to do. And if anybody else wants to try that, feel free. If you want to video it, it's going on the show, you know? Awesome stuff that I've been sent. So thank you everyone for getting involved with that. We have a little bit of our final bit of housekeeping, as ever. What have we got? Oh, Zaddy Shortlegs 96, as hot as the hinges on the gates of Hades. Can I tell you what I liked about this one? Can I tell you what I liked about it? I really liked the alliteration. Yeah, this is an Acolyte Poetry Corner. That'll probably be happening next week or maybe the week after, but alliteration still works, yeah? It's still just it's never a bad thing to have. You see it in advertising all the time. You see it in poetry, and we see it here. As hot as the hinges on the gates of Hades, yeah? If this was, you know, the Most Week show in Wales, if somebody used that phrase, you would be covered in saliva by the end of it. And it's, you know, that's how a lot of them show affection. It's still pretty basic there in a lot of places. But that H sound just comes through all the way. It's a lovely image. It's a lovely image, and kind of, you know, people think of Hades and these kind of grand places as, you know, not really thinking about the practicalities of it. The gates have a hinge, guys. The gates will have a hinge. And when there's a lot of people going there for a lot of real interesting opinions, those hinges are going to be real hot. So well done. Greek mythology, absolutely, could be Greek mythology. Oh, it is Hades. Yeah, of course it is. I was thinking Hades as, you know, you're more of your general hell type situation, but more specifically, it's Hades, run by Hades as well. That's a little egotistical for me that he named his domain after himself. That's just one man's opinion. I'm honoured. You should be honoured. It is a great honour. So that, as they say, slide to the left, is it. Another illustrious episode over. Thank you to all of you for watching and engaging and making it, I think, the best episode that I've ever created. There will probably be a show next week. I'm going to give you a little bit of context for that. Inspired by your vacation poems from last week, and I did post yesterday an Acolyte Poetry Corner extra with a couple of killers from Killer Kilch and TB Douglas getting involved. Real great video. Check that out if you haven't already. I thought I would go on a quick break to an Airbnb property. But I'm still going to attempt to do my live-tainment shows because you guys, gosh, I don't want to let you down. So next week will either be a really exciting, first time ever, on location, most week show, or a complete glitchy bomb. It all depends on the Wi-Fi capabilities of the property that I am staying in. So there's this tension about the whole endeavour that really excites me greatly. It's going to be art whatever happens, let me tell you. Police going by. Gosh. Cheers, guys. So send in your summer poems. Your poems about summer. We're in summer now. It's been summer since yesterday, so you've got some great inspiration going on. Send in any other art that you have done. Send in any business cards that you've designed for me. Send in any marshmallow-based challenges that you might have done. Let me know if there are any birthdays next weekend. Email me any sick photos that you've taken, any drawings you've done, any questions that you would like answered. Okay? Anything you like. I am not me, I am art @gmail.com. Just email me, guys. Just email me. Even if it's, you're bored, you're watching TV, you think, this is a great TV show. Boom. I am not me, I am art. Hey, not me. Watch this TV show. It's great. I love getting emails that aren't from people talking about malware. I don't have malware. I don't want malware. Stop trying to sell me malware. Also, we've got the I Am Smart quiz on Thursday. As with the most week show, I'll be aiming to do a show on location. So fingers crossed with that one. I think it's a slightly less technically demanding show than this, so hopefully that gives us a better chance. You should tune in though, because it's lots of fun. It's super duper chilled. A great way to lean into your Thursday evening, or to round out your Thursday evening if you're on the East Coast. Or in the UK, it's a great way to, kill some time if you've woken up at 2 a.m. We're going to learn about, amongst other things, Sylvia Plath. Thanks to T.B. Douglas, who chose that on this quiz just gone. She was a novelist, she was a poet, and I'm sure she's very interesting. So tune in to find out. Oh yeah, God. Okay. Yeah. Happy Father's Day to my father. Thank you for the money. Okay. I am not me. I am art, and I'm wishing you all a very happy. Thank you, Gamer Hall, Monkey Pixie Rules, Zeddy Shortlegs 96. Well done for winning the family simile. Well done, Pterodactyl. Well done to Nana Hobbob for getting through the thing. Thank you for Nana Hobbob for suggesting me for taking over from Jimmy Fallon. That would be a great... you were close. You were in the running with that family simile. That was wonderful. Thank you to Killer. Thank you to TB Douglas. Thank you to Definitely Not Duda. Thank you to Anna Karine. Thank you to Uncool Town. I think that's everybody. Everybody else, no, I think that's fine. But yes, thank you so much for watching, for getting involved. I am not me, I am art. I'm wishing you a very happy, wishing you a very air-conditioned, I'm wishing you a very creative week ahead. Cheers. Woo! That felt good, George. That one felt real good. Wake up!
What a great show we all made just now. It was creative, live and divine. You did wonderful work, so go and take a bow. Just a slightly smaller bow than mine. So I'll see you right here next week, same time. What'll happen, gosh, I just don't know. But I can promise you this, I'm going to blow your mind next week on the Most Week Show.